Hi, John here to bring you the best new Mac games of August 2020. Number 10 is Littlewood. Enjoy this charming life sim full of city building and cute pixel graphics. Intended as a low-key experience, Littlewood mashes up some other popular games like Stardew Valley and Minecraft to create its own adventure. You've defeated the Dark Wizard and saved the world, but at what cost? Your character can't remember, but you can explore a vast world full of towns, forests, and caves in the meantime. You can gather resources and invite NPCs to your custom town. The city building and life sim aspects are the heart of the gameplay as you create the city of your dreams and make the inhabitants happy by completing quests and tasks. Tons of hobbies and crafts to master, fun characters to meet, and custom town elements make this one a perfectly relaxing and casual time. Littlewood is available on Steam and should run on most Macs out there. Number 9, we have There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension. One of the more bizarre but entertaining entries I've ever seen before, this indie point-and-click adventure is designed to amuse. There is no game. No, really, there isn't. You're trapped in some dev's code as you click and go where you're not supposed to. Expect to traverse multiple game worlds that let you play different genres along the way and engage in screwball adventures. If you want a light puzzler with lots of humor and meta-commentary on classic video games, this one is for you. There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension is available on Steam and should run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 8 is the Henry Stickmin Collection. Not a stick man, but a stickmin. Don't pass up this remastered collection of old choose-your-own-adventure games. Henry starts out as a small-time thief, but quickly graduates to fame and notoriety after pulling off a big heist. After that, it's up to you to choose the game's direction. Henry could become a government agent, a bounty hunter, join a criminal gang, keep going solo, and more. The Henry Stickmin collection contains 6 different games linked together. Your decisions along the way affect the outcomes and endings later. And don't be afraid to fail, since that's half the fun. The developers have created hundreds of animations and scenes to capture any failed antics. Experimentation is encouraged. This game is excellent for anyone with an appreciation for classic 2D adventures with great choice-based options to try out. The Henry Stickmin collection is available on Steam and should run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 7, we have Nexomon Extinction. Gotta catch 'em all! Nexomon Extinction is making its best Pokemon impression with its own monster-catching game. Expect a sprawling story, oddball characters, and over 300 unique creatures to trap and tame. Catching and taming is only half the job though, since battling with your creatures is really what it's all about. You'll have to take on competing trainers and nefarious tyrant Nexomon in the process. Just don't forget to evolve your creatures for more success. Diverse regions, secrets, side quests, and more await your epic journey. We don't have this kind of game on Mac, so if you're interested in the monster catching genre, then this will be right up your alley. Nexomon Extinction is available on Steam and should run on most Macs out there. Number 6 is The Last Campfire. Play as a lost entity trapped in a puzzling place searching for meaning and a way home in The Last Campfire. A thought-provoking title, you will have to travel deep into the lands to find your way forward and overcome the many adversities before you. The wilderness is a hauntingly beautiful place, full of lost folk, strange creatures, and mysterious ruins. Overcome puzzles, the environment, and more as you must discover hope and carry it with you to light the last campfire. This game is excellent for those wanting a unique puzzle adventure with gorgeous visuals. The Last Campfire is available on Apple Arcade via the App Store and should run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 5, we have Chronoshot. I'm always glad to see a new free-to-play third-person shooter hit Mac. Chronoshot is a sci-fi arena shooter that is driven by score-based challenges. You start with a jetpack and several different weapons, but ammunition is limited. You'll have to grab bullets out of the air from enemies to refill your supply. Time only moves when you do, like in Superhot, so you'll have to study your foes, the terrain, and shots as you go. It starts simple, but soon you'll find yourself surrounded by a variety of enemies to blast, and you'll have to think your way out instead of shooting mindlessly. Single player is currently the only available option, but soon the devs will bring different game modes such as survival and multiplayer. This game is excellent for players hunting for a free game and for those wanting a time-bending, challenge-based shooter. Chrono Shot is available on Steam Early Access and should run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 4 is Root. The popular board game of woodland might and right makes the jump to the digital realm. Root is a game of adventure and war, where 2 to 4 players battle for control of a vast wilderness. You can choose the nefarious felines, the proud eerie birds, the ragtag alliance, or the wandering vagabond, each faction with its own way to play and a path to victory. Territory control, combat, and other mechanics make this one a deep strategy game to enjoy. The benefits of a board game on computers are that a lot of bookkeeping and rule tracking is automated, and even better, you can play single player if you wish. The heart of the game is the cutthroat multiplayer experience, but I like having the option. Lovers of the board game, or anyone who couldn't muster up enough friends to play the original, should check out this version for its accessibility. Root is available on Steam Early Access and should run on most Macs out there. Number 3, we have Undermine. Undermine is a game of many categories: action, adventure, roguelike, and a splash of RPG tossed in. What this adds up to is a surprisingly colorful dungeon crawler. The usual suspects are here in the roguelike formula. You try to get as far as you can before dying, while acquiring permanent upgrades and resources to improve your later runs. Undermine adds its twist to the genre by offering up powerful item combinations, characters to rescue, and being generally lighthearted compared to its often grim brethren. Grab this game if you want an action-adventure with lots of replay value and a fresh look at roguelikes. Undermine is available on Steam and should run on all Macs back to 2012. Number 2 is Crusader Kings 3. Despite releasing in September, we had to place Crusader Kings 3 in this video. After all, the mother of all grand strategy games is back with Crusader Kings 3. The previous games in the series dominated for years in the medieval strategy genre, and Crusader Kings 3 looks set to continue the trend. All the same royal intrigue, backstabbing, and nation ruling are present, but the significant new feature is the ability to influence future generations with the heir mechanic. No longer will your family line die out and be forgotten. You can create a true dynasty in your image and ensure a lasting legacy. Other new features include shiny new graphics, character lifestyle options and traits, new religious leaders, and a host of warfare and intrigue mechanics. If you have a historical drama itch to scratch and can handle the hefty base system requirements, then you won't want to miss out on this title. Crusader Kings 3 is available on Steam and requires a Mac with a 4GB or better graphics card. Number 1, we have Spiritfarer. Play as Stella, ferry master to the deceased in this beautiful and touching management game. Build a boat to explore the world and befriend and care for spirits before releasing them into the afterlife. Afloat the mystical seas, you can farm, mine, fish, harvest, cook, and more as you decide what is built on your ship. Memorable characters, emotional stories, and elegantly constructed platforming levels await you in this cozy game. Your ever-constant feline companion can also be used as a second character in local co-op. If you ever wanted to play a heartfelt management game about dying, then this is the new release for you. A demo is also available to try the game out. Spiritfarer is available on Steam and the Epic Games Store and should run on all Macs back to 2012. Here are a couple of bonus games. DD Race Network. Use teamwork and items to get ahead in this co-op based racing experience. Glitch's Trip. Save the planet from tyrants in this trippy retro action platformer with a glitchy protagonist. Factorio. The automation giant is finally released as you create factories of increasing complexity in an infinite 2D world. First Snow. Check out this free indie visual novel about a young girl moving away from friends and family to attend college. Wick. Play a small candle in this suspense thriller as you make your way through a dark cathedral employing stealth and avoiding horror. What is your favorite new Mac game this month? Let us know in the comments. You can now support our work on Patreon and get some bonus content each week. Check out the link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date with Mac gaming.